Hello there and welcome back. Sorry, no VTuber model today. I'll explain later in the video at the very end, but it is Owl here, obviously. And I would like to talk today a little bit about a problem I ran into in Arena. So enjoy the background pack opening. Should be pretty fun. I don't know what I'm opening because I'm recording this beforehand, the opening, so whatever. Anyway, Arena problems. I'm not a negative person. I really like to be positive. I'm enjoying Arena. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying Magic. Having a blast. I will say that off rip. I have nothing but love for the game. I can't keep up with the decks. So there are so many new rares and mythics being released so often that by the time I get to craft the rares and mythics that I want for a set, the new set is already coming out. You know, it's kind of getting frustrating to a point because I have this cool Ugin deck. Not really that great, but it's a cool deck. I've been using it for a while because I haven't had very many mythics and rares. And I just spent the last of my mythics and rares on cards that I wanted to play with. And I still don't have enough to create decks for those new rares and mythics that I've got. Very frustrating. I could just go play Historic and fix all these problems, which I might start getting into Historic because of these issues. I think in the meantime, to solve my issues, well, I'll tie that little section up. If you are in the same boat, let me know. I'm completely free to play. I try not to spend any money on the game, and I don't think I ever have. Like, I literally still have the bundles or whatever that you can buy for the first time, and you can only buy them once. I still have those being offered to me. I have never put any money into the game, always been free to play, and it's getting harder to do that. Now it feels like they want me to spend more money, or spend any money on the game, and I refuse, which leads me into my next point. Instead of standard videos coming up, you might see some more drafting videos, because I think drafting might be more effective than actually playing standard. I love standard. Whenever I get the chance, I'll play some more. Maybe I'll have to swap over to Historic Standard or whatever, Historic in general. Might have to do that so that I can build a deck for it and actually play for a long term. But in the meantime, we're going to play drafts. And I'm going to be uploading a few drafts. You'll see them. I'll be doing those on my stream. You can catch them at Owl Gaming 03, the same as my YouTube. I'll be doing it over on Twitch. It'll be fun. And it's not a bad thing. Honestly, it's a pretty decent thing. I could spend my gems on opening packs, but I have found that that's not really worth it, and I'm not getting much enjoyment off of opening virtual packs. So I would rather spend those coins and things on drafting and building some cool draft decks or whatever, collecting cards that way, and then piecing together historic decks or maybe brawl decks. I'm thinking about brawl, but brawl is so intense, and so many people in there are very smart, high-level players. My low brain can't. I'm not saying that standard isn't, but standard is a lot faster, and there's less one-ofs. Like, there's not a lot of one-of cards. It's not a singleton format, so I don't have to keep track of... Yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but for my brain, it's easier to have 4-ofs and kind of be expecting what my opponent is playing. That's it. That's kind of my rant. And from here on out, I'm just going to kind of babble off to you the issues I ran into, because I was playing standard on stream and I was having fun messing around with one of the new little Baylith cards. It has haste, can't be countered, and it has trampled. It's a 3/2, costs 2 green mana. I was messing around with that in Ouroboros. Yeah, the one that does the low counters. I know it's not very good, but it was fun. I was trying to mess around with stuff. So I spent my rares and mythics on those and started messing around with them. And they were effective, but I really needed more rares and mythics to make those good, to like build around them. And that's where I got stuck. I was like, man, I'm playing with cards that I like, but I need more cards that I like to make this deck even function, because every other person in the format right now is running a deck that kills me on turn 3 or turn 4 or mills me out. There are so many mill decks right now. Oh my gosh, I cannot explain to you all. There are multiple mill decks that just delete your deck within 3 to 4 turns. It is insane. It's actually gross right now. That on top of the Zombify decks, on top of the turn like 3 or 4 Tifas swinging at you. I can't do it. I can't. I don't have the wild cards to build a deck that can be resilient against all these other decks. I can build a best of 1 deck maybe, and maybe I can just cheese out some wins. Who knows, maybe I'll just do that and I'll share those with you all for your daily wins. Because at that point, that's all I'm really doing right now are my daily wins. And, you know, I'm still having fun, don't get me wrong. But I've also been playing the starter deck thingies where you go in and play against other starter decks. Been really fun. Might not sound like it, but it's been really fun. I don't know, something about a nice constructed, pre-constructed format where you didn't make the decks, you're just playing with, I don't know, it's fun. That's why I enjoy Jump In. But I know Jump In and starter deck things are not popular on YouTube, so I'm not going to release those as often. I will always release a Jump In video for every new set. I don't care. I think more people need to play Jump In. I think it is slept on. It's a great way to play the game. Drafting, that's kind of why I'm trying to get more into draft. I think draft will be more what I'm looking forward to. Maybe. I'm going to suck at first, and then I'm going to get better. I have been practicing draft over the past couple months, so I feel like I've improved. Maybe not a ton, but I've improved some. So anyway, if you want to help me out on that, catch me over on my Twitch. I kind of just stream erratically. I really need to set up an actual schedule. We're all bad at some things in life, right? And mine is scheduling. I have my videos down packed. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Now, if you're a regular, just know the VTuber model, I'm in a really frustrating spot where the software that I use is busted. Like, I've re-downloaded it, I've looked up hot fixes and everything. It's just not, it's a crusty software. I don't know how to explain it. It's not great. I am working on it. Hopefully by the end of September, we will have my new VTuber model. It'll be a 2D VTuber model, and it'll be much easier to manipulate because the programs for 2D are a lot better than the programs for 3D. And I can't just come up with a side 2D model in the meantime, because 2D is really hard to make and really hard to rig up and everything. So that's why it's taken so long. And I also have a newer artist doing it for me, which is why it's taken even longer. No bashing on them. I'm letting them take their time. I'd rather them learn and know how to do everything. But so in the meantime, you might see more videos where there's no face, no nothing. I'm equally as frustrated with it, but hopefully you stick around and understand. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Have fun out there. Play Magic the way you want to play Magic. And have a great day. Bye.